Okay. I mean, OBS having seizure. Uh, Jay is having a seizure, but I think it's the other programs are fine. So, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Uh, Jay is having a seizure, but audio seems fine. Um, I want to check which device it is using. Can I can I see? Maybe it's that one. Let me see. Can I see? Maybe it's that one. Okay, let me. Seems correct. Seems correct. Okay, okay. So today we are going to write a software renderer in C from scratch. So it's gonna be a separate library apart from the GUI, but we are going to use the rendering library to render the GUI. It's because I also want to do it some other things with it. Like if I don't want to do GUI, but I want to render on embedded system, so to speak, I can use it without using the GUI. Although I want in the future to create like a mini version of the GUI to run on embedded, but that's another project. So what do we have to work with, basically? So for GUIs, we have, for the renderer, we have to implement um, some things. There are some other stuff. I'm gonna show it, like what name I have given it. Have I given it a silly number? Yeah, simple render. I'm gonna rename it to Robson GL. Basically, Robson graphics library. And yeah, at the moment it's only main is this main.c file. It has the buffer location, buffer draw rect, buffer write ppm, and then this is basically the example at the moment, which draws two rectangles. And if we execute the simple render and see the output, it's going to output this. Yeah. So the idea is now that we have now that we can render rectangles of any color, I want to modify how the library works. So I want to make a context system. So let's start defining a new struct called gonna call it AGL. Maybe I'm gonna rename this so to not have conflicts later with other libraries. Okay, So the context system will basically hold the, so I'm gonna, instead of passing the color to the buffer draw rect, we are going to pass the, we are going to start the buffer and the color here. So we pass the context here, so context, gonna do find and replace, buff, dx, buff, and cpx, color. Yeah, feels like, oh yeah, and then RGL context. Oh yeah, CTX. And then we are going to create the RGL context DX. So we are going to set the CTX to buff to be, so CTX buff, CTX. Oh yeah, and then we also don't need to start the buffer as a pointer. So we have to change it like this. Have I made something? Oh yeah, here. And yeah, CTX buff height. So we pass CTX buff here. And then instead of passing buff, we pass CTX, 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 CTX. So we basically define a context, and then to set the color, we are going to, so I want to rename it to RGL buffer unlock, RGL draw rect, RGL write ppm, and then I'm gonna do RGL set color. So I want int a, int r, int g, int b. And then we are going to set the ctx color to be color argb. Yeah, basically like this. So we can remove it. RGL set color, CTX, pass this. I missed the name. Pass the reference to the context. And then do the same thing here. So instead of, but setting the green value. I mean the green and the blue, so we get a nice cyan color. And I deleted it by accident, and they should be the same behavior. So we go to GCC main.c output RGL, and then we are going to execute RGL, and then we're gonna see the output, and it's the exact same. So yeah, we can also verify this. I'm gonna make this green, read run, and then regenerate, and yeah, it's the same behavior. So we made the some sort of context system for the library, and now I want to make the I don't know if I want to buffer a lot this because hmm, hmm, because I also want to make it more explicit, like if I wanna make a shared memory, because it's common to have a shared memory for um, for for the window manager and the application, so it can render fast and more efficiently. So this is going to be a to do. Uh, so yeah, and also we wanna later do a command queue, but I'm not going to do at the moment. So what we need to do, we need to do now we need to do some hard things. Let me get through my notes. I use physical notes. So I have done context, and then I have done set color, and also done the fill rect. Now we can need to do paths. So paths are going to be kinda hard for me, because I basically we need so okay, I have some basic knowledge of math, so maybe I can figure it out with my knowledge on linear algebra. So basically what we need to have to be a path, let's implement the path by defining 2 points on the screen. Because if we have 2 points on the screen, we can define a line. And if we can define a line, we can define a line equation that we can get all the points of that line. So we can render all the points of that line, and we adjust the segment of the line that we want to render. So like between this and this point, and point A and point B, basically. So this is the idea I have. So you specify 2 points, and these 2 points will render a line. And also I also want to later develop the command queue so we can also, or maybe we can also develop a system that we specify all the points, and then when we specify all the points, we render the geometry. But this would be also very complex. So yeah, I want to render, basically I want to render paths. So okay, I'm not really sure what uh I want to search what is exactly a path. Random paths. Software render path. No, I don't. I want to be something actually simpler. No, I don't want path. It's not that thing I'm searching for. Okay, let me go to Cairo. Cairo, not that Cairo. The library, the graphics library. So let me go to docs. So uh, actually, if I search path vector graphics, actually, let me. I have asked for Claude to generate like a thing for me for the software renderer. Let me renderer. Okay, I have asked Claude to generate. He generated a lot of the code, but I don't want. I'm not looking at the code. I want to implement all by myself. So it says paths. So path structure. So move to line 2 close. Actually, let me see what exactly it is. So what is a path? So a path is a collection of points. Okay, it's basically a collection of stuff. I see. So yeah, we want to render a collection of points. So let's let's implement a collection of points then. Okay, so let me implement RGL path. So I'm going to implement the the path. So uh, axis. X list and Y list, and then we are going to specify the list size, list, let me do some column on it, all of these, list size, list capacity, and then type that in and then path line path fill and draw path type. Let me see again what it suggested. Like, because I don't actually know anything about it, like literally anything. I haven't looked, so I need to look the data structure too. So move line and close. It's a verb. Oh, okay. It's actually a verb. Okay. So this is a verb list. So, verb count, point count, verb capacity, point capacity. So yeah, maybe the first thing we is this. So we have the path, and now we have so why we want to void RGL path init. And then we're gonna okay, so path. Let us do I don't know. I actually don't know how many. Let me do an initial list size, list capacity. What? 16. So we are going to malloc two lists, basically two lists. So path, I blinked out. Sorry. Malloc list path list capacity times size of u32, and do the same thing for the y, and do the same thing for the RGL path for actually for list. Then put it by the size of the verb. And I maybe want to mm, yeah, and then we just use 3. Let me do it here on the top. So to do implement custom allocator interface. Or actually, allocation. Mm. So yeah, I don't know how Cairo and other libraries manage to do this because I don't know how to uh, maybe they uh, I mean if you have a way to initialize, if you have the public struct, maybe you can just get over with stuff. Yeah. And then X, Y, X list, Y list, bird list. Okay. And destroy. Okay. So we are going to RGL path insert. Actually, I don't know if I want to look it like this. Maybe I should actually look at Cairo first. Let me look on how Cairo does stuff. So I want to just get the source code, and here's the latest version. It's a pretty chunky library. I don't know. Oh my. What is this file? Oh, it's a XGZ file. Why can't I open it? Okay. So uh, let me create a directory. Do I have Yazi? Oh yeah, I have. Okay. Let me let me cut this to uh, okay, my new, oh, I know why NeoV just froze, it's because of J. I have not configured the copy paste properly, so basically we can fix this. J run privilege. Okay, now it works. And let me add this line to bash rc. Open this again and let me resize the chat. And now it should not have any problems. Okay, Yazi, let me cut this, go here, paste. It is 7C. Let me actually download another file here. Why? Okay. Why needs, okay. Star X VF third star XVF star XVF latest Cairo 1.18.4. Yeah. Oh, oh, so difficult. Okay, so let me first find some stuff with it. So I want to, does does this have paths? So it has some paths for path, and there is also some source code for paths here. Oh, so it has path stroke, path fill. So let me get to Cairo path. Okay. So let me see.